It's your boy Yankee Bajan again, coming to you, recording for Black Asian Magazine. Got another special guest here. I'm going to let him introduce his name, and we're going to get on with the interview.
What's going on, everybody? My nickname is Pinnacle. Most people out here know me as Pinnacle. My real name is Jason Waller, and I've been in Korea for quite a long time. I actually came here 2 times, and while in Korea, I have an entertainment company called Planet Hustle, and I have a hip-hop hookah lounge called Hustle. So that's what I got going on out here right now.
All right, bet. All right, next part is going to be a 2-part question.
All right.
So go ahead and tell the audience, like, where did you grow up? And, like, what city do you live in now and for how long?
Okay, so I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio, in America, and you said where I am now?
Yeah.
All right, so right now I'm in Seoul, South Korea. I've been here for like 8-ish years. Yeah, it's crazy.
Damn, so did they give you an official Korean name?
Nah, I gotta have a different visa in order to get that. And I think I have to have like an F visa, but I do have a Korean name, like, unofficially.
What's your unofficial one?
My unofficial Korean name is Lee Young-jae.
Young-jae?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
That's what's up.
I bet. Next question. Like, what made you come to Korea in the first place? And, like, why not another Asian country?
So basically what happened was I was in college. I went to the University of Cincinnati, and my homegirl she got recruited to teach English in Korea. So she talked to me and a bunch of our friends about going.
Yeah.
And actually everybody she talked to except me said no, they didn't want to go. And I'm just like, what's wrong with y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got an opportunity to go travel and, you know, to do something that none of us really had an opportunity to do, you know, from where we come from. I'm like, I'm about to take this opportunity. So I, you know, hopped on the plane and came over, and that's how I got here. That's what happened.
Man, that's what's up.
Yeah.
My first time getting over here was because I was military. And then after that, of course, I had a next duty station. I was trying to get back since then.
Well, that's
my life events, you know, came into play.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next question. Like what kind of residence permit are you, have you seen most foreigners have or been able to obtain? And, like, what kind, do you have for, like, your business as a businessman in Korea? Like, you can go into detail about it.
All right, so most people, when they, I think most foreigners that come out here, for the most part, are usually on E2 visas, which is a teaching visa. And it's either teaching or military. That's generally why most foreigners come out here. But then there's a lot of people that I know that are not Korean and have other jobs. There's other business owners that are here, or people that work for the different government jobs, or they work for the embassy, or just some people are doctors, or they do international law, or they work for Korean companies. It's a lot of really interesting things that are going on out here, but those type of foreigners are in a very small minority. You know what I'm saying? And then for people that are going to do business out here, the type of business visas that work the best for business people are D visas. So D7, D8, just D7 and D8. I know there's a D9 visa, but I can't remember what that's for. But yeah, one of those 2 visas, depending on how much money you're trying to invest and what your situation is with your business. But you got to talk to immigration about the small details. I don't want to give out no. No information. And be like, that black dude on the video told me to do this. Nah, don't put that on me.
Take it and run with
it. Go to the immigration and talk to them.
Definitely, because I'm gonna have to go that route because I plan on opening up something too. So,
Word.
Like, why would the D visas? This is probably more for immigration, but why would you, in your opinion, is the D visa so beneficial more than like E2s and the other kinds you can get?
Well, it's because, each visa has a specific purpose. So if you have an E2 visa, that's specifically for teaching English, right? And then there's, like, for example, like an E7 visa that's for, it's like research purposes or something like that.
Yeah, I remember running across that,
Yeah, so each visa got different parameters that you can operate in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So some of the D visas are specifically for a business, if that makes sense. For business owners.
All y'all out there who are teachers and you want to open up a business, make sure you get the right visa. Don't mess around. Because I know for a fact, me being an E2 visa, I know that they tell you this all the time. You cannot work officially other jobs, like you can't have your own shop, you can't do all this if you're on a teacher's visa. So be careful about it. If you are gonna try to do something like that, I encourage it. Don't don't get caught. You know how it is. All right, moving on to the next question. So, how, in your eyes, is the economy here in Korea for the last so odd years you've been here?
What do you mean? How
have you noticed the economy? What has it grown? Has it decreased? Like, from your standpoint, like the economy, like the riches out here in Korea. Like, do you see it expanding? Do you see, a stalemate? I know one thing that they haven't been going, but it's not really too much the economics as far as like the businesses and stuff like that. But as far as like birth rate, but that's a whole nother side of things. But like as far as like businesses and opportunities, from your standpoint.
Okay, so I mean, the Korean economy has definitely grown in some regards, but it's shrank in others. I mean, to be honest with you, there's nothing that I can say that's unique to anybody else's economy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely grown in tourism. There's a lot more foreign people that's coming into Korea, so there's more foreign influence, and that's where I found my opportunity. But no matter where you go, there's going to be growth in some area of the economy, and there's going to be shrinkage in other areas of the economy. So what you got to do is your job, especially if you're trying to run business, is to pay attention to what's growing and what's shrinking. And obviously, whatever is shrinking, stay away from that.
Yeah.
You feel me? And whatever's growing, you got to get into that. You got to be an early adopter into something that's growing. You feel me? So that's. I mean, as far as the Korean economy, that's really the best thing that I can say.
Okay. Yeah. That's what's up. All right. Well, that kind of segues into the next question. It's like, being in Korea for so long, like, what things would you say are like a smart investment to get into, like being out here? I know one thing is teaching, you know what I'm saying, because it gets your leg in the door, it gets you, gets you some money in your pocket, gets you searching around. Yeah. Like, but what else? What other investments out here you say would be a smart move to do?
All right, I'm gonna put it like this. I can't really tell you a specific investment to make because, again, things change so quickly. It's so Korea's
go up and down.
Yeah, Korea is such a rapidly moving economy. But I can tell you this: if you're going to invest in something that you understand, or something that you know how to do, or something that you just really, really enjoy doing. Because if you're trying to put your money, your time, your energy into something you don't understand, or something that you're just not really interested in, then I mean, it's not going to be a fruitful endeavor. You know what I mean? And of course, there's variables with everything. There might be an industry that you're knowledgeable about but not really interested in. But the reason that you're knowledgeable about is because you know how to make your money make more money. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yep. So there's people that invest in, they might invest in like a rubber band factory, right? It don't mean that, I'm really excited and passionate about making rubber bands, but maybe I understand this industry, or maybe I have different contacts where I can source rubber bands to. Yeah. It's a boring job, but it's gonna make money. You feel what I'm saying? Yep. And then there's other, passion careers like what I have at Hustle. I really like what I do. Yeah. So, I invest my time, my money, my energy into it, and that's the reason that it grows. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you're gonna invest in something, again, go with what you know. Invest in something that you know about. Invest in something that you're passionate about. Invest in something that's going to make your money make more money.
Facts. And the big part of that, too, is getting out there and networking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Networking. It don't matter what country you're in, what social class you're in, it's about networking. Yep, absolutely right. Networking is power. You surround yourself with what you want. That's like having a dream board surrounding you, all day, every day. Surround yourself with the people who's like-minded, who has that drive, who wants to go where you're going to, and just start networking with people. It just takes one person to introduce you to another person, to another person, right. Introduce you to that key person that's going to get you lifted.
Very true.
So, yeah, definitely on that. All right, going into the next. How do you feel as a black man in Korea? And do you think that there's a difference of how you treated being a Black American and if you was like a Black African.
You mean, like in Korea, do you think I'd be getting treated different if I was African versus me being African American?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. People treat Africans different than they treat Americans. There's a different stigma, different stereotype with African people than they have with American people. And I'm not even just talking about Black Americans at this point, but just African versus American.
Yeah.
You know, your passport puts a different type of stigma to who people think you are or who people perceive you to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely be getting treated differently if I was African. And then of course you got, there's different countries in Africa, and there's different, based on what country you come from, you have a different type of culture, right? So there's certain type of African brothers and sisters that Koreans are more averse to dealing with than not, if that makes sense. So yeah, definitely get treated different if you were African. And then being African American, I get treated differently. Like I got to deal with racism. I mean, no matter where we go on this planet,
in the world,
yeah, we gonna have to deal with racism.
That's everywhere.
That's just what it is. But and then there's that ignorant racism where people they see you and they be like, yo, what's up? And it's like, yo, look, I'm gonna body slam you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just talk
something
to me
they
like
seen
a
on
man.
TV, and the first impression they want to give to trying it out is yo.
Exactly. So there's definitely differences, but I mean at the end of the day, it's all a lot of the discord and the disrespect and the discrimination. All of that comes from ignorant people. Yep. So it don't even matter you African, Australian, American from Antarctica. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have to deal with ignorant people. So. It's just a matter of understanding why this is happening and how you can navigate around it without getting yourself jammed up.
Lack of knowledge, man.
Yeah,
I tell people this all the time: is lack of knowledge. You can usually, especially if you're from the U.S. Come on, you should know when someone's being racist because, unfortunately, the whites there, not all of them, but a majority, are blatant racists. Like so, you should be used to it. I'm not saying conform to it, but you should know. If someone's truly being racist on a malicious intent, then if someone's just ignorant to the fact, they haven't traveled, they stop paying attention in the cultural parts of class. I mean, shoot, in the U.S., they don't even teach us Black history in school. You gotta wait.
It teaches a little bit.
Well, like a little.
It teaches about Martin Luther King.
Yeah, a little bit. But then it's not even a lot of that stuff is not even true facts.
I think I learned about Frederick Douglass when I was in high school.
But you got to to actually really learn about our culture and our history and ancestry. You have to wait till you get into university.
Yeah, they ain't teach me about Nat Turner in high school though.
Yeah. We have so many Black inventors. That all these racists who don't like blacks and colored people and all that stuff, like why are you using a lot of inventions? But people don't go that deep. They just go, they get hurt off the feelings right away.
I want some peanut butter right now. I'm gonna just keep it 100.
Like how we was talking about earlier, it's like people, they off jump, they get offended when someone says something that might be a stereotype or something like that. And I tell people who are around me, I tell people who I know, my family members too, like, look, you got to understand when someone's coming from when they're saying something, because we do it all the time. Everybody does it. You might not realize it, but everybody does a stereotype one way or another. So you really got to. In my opinion, you got to kind of check yourself before you start trying to check everybody else, especially if you in someone else's country. You have to be a little bit more. You have to be more lenient because, come on, you're in a foreign country. You got to adapt to how. You got to adapt to how they see things because they're not always educated on the fact. Because if we don't even get the proper education in our school systems, what makes you think that they're going to get our history over here too? So you got to be mindful of that. I'm not saying conform to it like we was talking about earlier, but you just got to be a little bit more understanding and just let them know. Educate people who step out of line with that. Don't be ready to write them off or to get mad and go home. Just educate people. Knowledge is power. Just share that information. I know there's I was telling you about the Brothers and Sisters of Korea group. There's some sisters in there who've done that in their schools. They integrated in their schools. They especially with the hair touching. The women out here, the Black women go through that all the time out here. They have to deal with the hair touching, the hair, that people always want to always touch their hair and rub them and pat them. And you already know. We know.
I'm getting
sisters,
irritated with you just doing that.
Yeah, we know sisters don't like that at all. So to be over here and have to deal with that, we know it's a big deal. It's just this education. So you have the sisters and a lot of sisters in that group that educate their schools, and some of them actually incorporated that in their briefs to their students.
That's a great idea.
That's a good power. Good
Here's
movement.
how not to get punched by people you don't know. Rule number 1: don't touch their hair without asking.
Facts. All right. What about that? Also goes along with this too. Like, what have you seen when it comes to like marriage and dating and stuff like that out here? Would you ever get married to a Korean if you found that one, or would you, do you date many Koreans or other Asian people out here, or even other foreigners out here, not from America?
Okay, so I got quite a few friends that date or have dated or are married to Koreans, or somebody that's outside of their culture or whatever, and I have no problem with that at all. I firmly believe that you love who you love. I never think it's appropriate for somebody to judge a couple or be upset because somebody is with a different color or a different ethnicity. I think that's whack. I think whoever is upset about that, they have some insecurities within themselves that they haven't dealt with.
That's the thing we were talking about earlier, being stereotype and prejudice and race. Like, you're doing the same thing.
Exactly. Totally agree. But with that said, there's different levels of compatibility and connection that you have with certain people, and when it comes to Korean women, I find there's a lot to appreciate when it comes to Korean people in general and Korean culture, but I'm not really in line with the rules of how Korean culture operates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's
old school
there's just certain cultural things that I can't relate to, and I don't really see myself having to being comfortable trying to understand why somebody is doing a certain thing for the rest of my life, or on the reverse, having to explain to somebody why I do certain things for the rest of my life. It's just not something that I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and again, it's not saying that I'm not trying to put anybody down or say I don't want to be with this type of person, because it's not about a culture or about a color thing. It's about a culture thing. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was a black woman, which would be weird if she didn't understand why I did certain things, but that's case in point. Like, if you can't understand me as a black man, then I can't really see us working, as a compatible unit. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
because everybody, we got our own struggles.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
We have the black struggles. The
That's
Koreans
exactly
went through
right.
their struggles with the Japanese. So it's like, seeing it from their standpoint too. It's like, when a lot of people I know that be out in the groups out there or who are watching this love Japan, because I love a lot of things about Japan. But when you're talking about Japan to Korean, they get tight. All right, next question. What is one thing you really love or like about Korea?
The food.
The food?
Yes. Yeah, buddy.
Out of all the Asian countries you've been to, the food, you like the food?
Oh, you mean like in all of Asia? You mean like what do I like the most about Korea, or?
Yeah, but I mean, you said the Korean food, but I was just throwing in a little action, like, is there other countries that you would rate over Korea?
As far as food?
Yeah, as far as food.
Man, you know what? Keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna have to stick with Korea on that one, boy. Korean food is banging.
Korean food
is banging. That's the best thing to me. That's the best thing about Korea. It's the food, for sure.
Food.
Definitely. What about you?
Man, I do love me a lot of their food. Some of their mystery stuff, I'm like, nah, you keep that. I had enough octopus and squid to last me for a decade. I'm done with that.
You ain't trying to go somewhere and eat some bats?
Nah,
Some mice?
nah.
You don't want none of that?
No.
You
I
sure?
probably, you know what? As many countries I've been to, I've probably already eaten that stuff.
That's gross.
I'm just saying, look,
That's
don't
gross.
tell me. Shoot, in the Philippines, they eat, like some like the poverty areas, they eat cockroaches. I know some Filipinos. They have told me they in those slum areas they will eat some cockroaches.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm not eating no cockroaches.
You gotta do what you
I
gotta
will
do.
die. I'm not eating no cockroaches. Nah,
gotta do what
I'm
you
good.
gotta do.
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, so going off of that, what are some projects that you are currently involved in, and like what are some upcoming future projects or plans you got?
Well, now that I know that people eat cockroaches, I mean, think about it. Like, you can get cockroaches for free.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a capitalist dream. Free product. You know what I'm saying?
Endless supply. They blasted
Endless.
for centuries.
They ain't going nowhere. So look, anybody trying to get with me on this cockroach business, holla at your boy. Because you don't got to invest that much. Cockroaches is free. You feel me? Shoot.
Fondue cockroaches.
You get money. It's called pondu in Korean. Pondu.
Yeah, pondu.
Cockroachy. So, yeah. But anyway, basically what I'm working on now is I'm just trying to grow the business, expand hustle as much as possible.
Yeah.
And, you know, I keep working on making hustle the best that it can be. You know, every week I come in here. I mean, I'm in here almost every day, but you know, every week, like especially on the weekends when it's busy,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just looking around, looking at how customers are being served, and you know what kind of experience people are having. And I'm always thinking, how can I make this better? How can I make this situation better for the customers, better for my staff, better for me and my partner, and then take that and grow it. So that's really the biggest project I'm working on. And then on the side of my entertainment company, Pinnacle TheHustler, we always have events going on, and you know, different parties connected with festivals and DJs, and you know, I still DJ myself at different clubs and stuff like that. So, you know, everything is just we're just keeping things moving, basically. You know, once you get stale, once you get stagnant, that's when you die. So
True.
I ain't trying to die no time.
True.
So
Especially, you know, saying bless up the Kobe family.
yeah.
And that was a big hit, especially that dude only 41,
Man,
only
right?
6 years old. Yo, man, and his daughter, man. Another thing I wanted to touch on was when it comes to opening up your own business out here, like as far as having a Korean partner, is that like a standard?
Nah, you don't have to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I have my partner is dope, but if he wasn't dope, then I would have just did it myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got a really good partner. I'm blessed to have him.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Let me see. Anything else you want to add to the public out there?
This your interview. You let me know what you want me to add.
No,
you know
this the wrap up.
I'm
So
letting you be the captain, fam. Got the shit. You feel me?
This the wrap up, so you can add whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? If there's a saying like you go by that, you know, might give somebody else some words of encouragement. And
Well, there's two things that I guess I'll say my personal mantra that I live by. Every day I try to do this, and it has worked wonders for me. Matter of fact, literally just last week, this came into play. It's real simple. Work hard and be good to people. That's it. That's all you got to focus on. Work hard and be good to people. Long story short, I won't go into detail and all that because it's not even that interesting of a story. But the point is, somebody that I knew from somebody else helped me out with something that I needed. And I met this person like maybe 2 or 3 years. I don't even remember meeting him actually. Met him like 2-3 years ago. And he was like, yeah, I met you backstage or somewhere backstage. And he was real nice to me. And I was like, oh. He was like, yeah, because I think I had just finished performing or something like that. And he was just like, yeah, he was just really nice to me. So I'll be happy to help you out. And I'm just like, thank you. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? But straight up, is you work hard and you be good to people. And people respect you for working hard. Yeah. And then they respect you and like you for being good to them. You feel what I'm saying? And that's gonna come back. That's gonna that energy that you put out is gonna come back to you tenfold. So that's what it is every day. Think about that.
So that's what made me fall in love with Korea the first time. That Korean warmth that it's like a saying. I forgot what it's called again.
Udi?
But
Udi?
Yeah, Udi. That Korean warmth. not everybody sees it, because that's another thing I tell people too. Like, whatever you searching for, whatever you consistently see, that's what's going to keep popping up.
Word.
So if you keep seeing negativity out there, if you keep seeing racist people, you're going to run into all of them. You're going to run into those people. You're gonna make yourself miserable. So just stay positive and search for positivity, and those people are going to come into your life. I'm telling you. You got to practice what you preach. Practice what you preach. So if you want positivity, show it.
Word.
Even to those people who don't deserve it, or you feel don't deserve it. If you're positive, you can't have no animosity in yourself, because you know you're positive to them, and they just weren't receptive of it. So
Word.
you just keep it pushing. But nah, I appreciate you taking the time.
For sure.
I know you're gonna be opening soon, so I'm definitely staying and gonna enjoy the festivities here.
No doubt.
And definitely I'll have part 2, and probably more of a business one.
Okay, I'm
for
with
these
that.
people out there, especially for people I know who want to do some business out here in Korea, who are like myself and you, who enjoy Korea, and Korea's been good too. Have like a business interview next time or something like that.
I'm with it. Yeah,
So,
just holler at me. But let's go. Let's hurry up and wrap this up
Most
so I can bust your ass in dominoes.
see. He's gonna take his first loss. Right? He's undefeated. So he said. So, all right, bet. So once again, this is Yankee Beijing, Garrett Harper, coming to you from Black Asian Magazine.
It's your boy Pinnacle. Thank you for watching the interview, Black Asian Magazine. Stay tuned for the part 2. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good day.